So only I am on the camera.
Sorry?
So only I am on the camera.
Can you be on the camera? Because I would like to see you. Because we both know what we're doing, me and him. So, and I'm not going to show anything. So it's just the voice.
Okay.
Okay. Also, you can go off the camera. It's not a big deal as long as you're like kind of safe. Huh?
Oh,
Doesn't
okay.
matter. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's find yourself standing.
Okay.
Let's find ourselves standing. Uh, Stand in such a way that both the legs are together, touching together. And the first thing I would like you to do is just arrive. What is it to just arrive to the standing? And as we're talking from the first class, we're going to find 3 points in our leg on the sole of your foot. One point is at the heel, one is just below your big toe, the other one is just below your little toe. And we kind of push all these 3 points into the floor. So you're almost like trying to drill 3 holes in every leg into the floor. So you have two tripods, each on every leg. Keep that idea of tripod going with your leg. And I would like you to take your attention to the middle of your back, whatever that means to you. Just take your attention to the middle of your back and try to expand that middle of the back. It should be somewhere close to your middle of your chest. So see if you can expand your back, expand your chest. So the leg is going down, vertically down, and your rib cage is going horizontally towards the side. Okay. So keep these two direction going on, up and down and side to side. And slowly drop your head. And we're going to do a roll down. Go all the way down wherever you can. You don't have to push yourself. Aram se go until a point where you can't go anymore and just stay there. So you're in a roll, or you're in a front bend and you're there. Let yourself be here. And from here, I would like you to think of a pulse where it like a heartbeat. And see if you can create that pulse between the foot and the floor. So your heel in particular start dropping down. So you start shaking. So you're doing that pulse going on and start really slow. And at some point, I would like you to continue this pulse from your heel to your ankle to your knee to your hip and then translate that to your spine also. So we just start really slowly pulsing into our floor. And see how far or how fast you can do this pulsing. At some point, the whole body should be continuously going up and down. And keep the front bend going on. See if you can still keep your idea of that triangle in your leg. Keep the bouncing going on. Bend your legs slowly, roll up, come to a stand. Take your time. Once you're up, I would like you to just find a wall, wherever it is. And I would like you to just lean your back completely onto the wall. Just have half a step in front of you and lean your back against the wall. To a point where your shoulders are also touching, your lower back is touching, and press your head back into the wall. So your knees are slightly bent, your back is rested on the wall, your legs are going down with that idea of three pillars going through the floor. At the same time, you're pushing your head into the wall, like the back of your head going into the wall.
Ananya has joined us. Just
Hmm. Keep pushing the head back of the wall. And from there, I just want you to do another roll down. This time, you'll keep your sitting bones on the wall. So just roll down from wherever you are. As you roll down, really peel off the vertebra of the wall one by one. Roll all the way down to a point only your sitting bones are on the wall, and just hang around basically. And slowly come up. And let's come to the screen and just have a chat. Good morning. So, one thing I would like to do today is to just work with neck. Okay. And also we did only three things in the last 3 weeks. One was balance, finding the balance. The other one was the off balance. How do you find off balance? And the last one was how the smallest movement in your body can be observed. These are the three things we're doing. Uh, the balance, majorly, we looked at the axis of the body, how the axis of the body works. And off balance was when the body went off balance and how things started working in the off balance. And the last thing was how for every movement there is something that has to change. Does it make sense? Hmm? So just to work this all three out, I would like you to just uh, find enough space to move around yourself, and I would just give some instructions, and let's see where we go with it. Okay? Yeah. So you can keep the camera on, you can go off with the camera. It's up to you guys. But I would like to see what you guys are doing, at least Abhay, because I don't know what you're doing. It felt very lost. Uh, okay, let's Let's find ourselves again standing. Once we are up, I would like you to find a nice parallel and stand straight. Take your attention to your wrist. Let's start by just rotating your wrist. That's all we do. Just keep rotating your wrist. Yeah. Keep your hands down. Keep your hands down. Relax your hands towards the, and then both the wrist starts rotating. And let's add the elbow to the wrist. So the wrist is going on, but we also start the elbow going. Start the elbow. And see, also add the fingers maybe. So you have the wrist, your fingers, and your elbow. See all the possibilities in this. What is it? Just forget everything. You're just figuring out all the possibilities of this set of joints. Okay, and as you continue this, I would like you to really think of this pillar that we always talk about. There are 3 points in your leg. One is at your heel, one is just below your big toe, one is less below your big small toe, and they're drilling into the floor. And then see what happens if you start joining your shoulder blades, elbow. Continue this. Just your hand, but really, really kind of explore every possibility of movement in these joints. Once your shoulder starts, no, see what is happening at your shoulder blades. So the shoulder blades tend to slide. See if you can also think of movement there. Again, when I say movement, don't think of movement to show. Really think of movement as, there's a shoulder blade. How can I move this? What are the possibilities? Continue this, continue this, continue this, continue this. Again, don't forget the fingers. Everything is moving at the same time. And at some point, relax your hand. At some point, just come to the standstill. Come to standstill. Once you stand still, just take your attention to your hands. See what just happened. So we moved a bit. And once we stop, see if there is an imprint of the movements. So the hand was moving and now it stopped. See if there is if there are any movement left, even once you're stopped moving. See if there is any residue of movement in your hands. Okay. And then we do the same thing. Just take your attention to your head. Okay, you can keep your eyes closed for this. What I would like you to do is take your attention to the top of the spine and just recognize the fact that the skull is just resting on top of the spine. Yeah. Imagine that. Really scan into your head. And I would like you to close your eyes and I would like you to figure out what are the possibilities of movement here. Normally, when we move our neck, we have all our senses here. So you might actually most of the time move your neck because you're looking at something, because you're smelling something, because you're hearing something. But see what is the possibilities without any other, senses in play. Really take your lens deep into that point where the skull just rests on the vertebra and start exploring the possibilities of these movements. Again, be really slow. There's nowhere to go. So just start moving your neck up, down, sides in figure of eights. And at no point don't think of stretching. Just think of constantly moving your neck. See how far you can go, see how slow you can go. And see if you can also continue moving the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth rib from the top. Just add this to this. Yeah, continue this, continue this. See if you can influence the other vertebrae as you do this. Slowly, no hurry. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But it's very clear that when you move your neck, it's moving on top of the spine. And see if you can take that movement a bit more lower. So your shoulder, somewhere in the between of the shoulder blade, what does it happen when you start moving your spine in the middle of the shoulder blade? What is it to move at the lower back? But your neck is on, huh? Neck is constantly exploring what it has to explore. See if you can do the whole spine at some point. Nothing else, just the spine. And the whole idea of this is to really find the range of every vertebra. Okay. Range of the vertebra at this point. Okay, just this point in the morning. How far can this movement go? Just constantly do. See if you can also add some kind of a dynamic to this. You can go fast, slow. Nice, guys. And in the next 30 seconds, slowly come to a standstill. And once you're standstill, close your eyes. I will give you 3 or 4 options for the same exercise. You can choose the one that relates to you the most. We are basically going to shake our spine. Okay. So you can imagine if you're really cold, your body starts shivering. Yeah. You can imagine actually crying. When you really weep, you start shivering at some point. The whole body is shivering. You can't in control. It can also happen when you're really angry. So the body is actually started shivering. So if you can induce that kind of shivering without any emotion, so see if you can start the shaking from the spine, and also see if you can do the shaking that we did on the floor where the leg is going down like that. When you're ready, start that. See if you can get into this rhythm of just shaking really fast. And we're going to do this for a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. So close your eyes and start inducing the shiver that happens when you're crying, or that happens when you're really cold, or when you're happy. That small, really small. Concentrate on where is the shivering happening, and never forget what's happening in your foot. There's a triangle, there's a tripod going through the floor. Continue the shivering, see what that means to you, see if you can go the maximum and come down to minimum. So play with that range. So your spine is shivering, your legs are into the floor, and your whole body starts moving at some point. Faster, faster. And slowly stop, come to a, let it rest at some point, come to a standstill. Again, just look at the residue of the movement. See what is left in the body after moving this much. Gonna do last thing. If you can see me, hold your hands like this in front of your chest. Both the hands like this, like that. Yeah. You keep the hand wherever it is, like this, like that. Okay. And then you shake the chest like this. Yeah. So you have a resistance in front of you, but the torso goes like that. Yeah. Can you see me? Yeah. There. I'm shaking side to side. There's a resistance in front of my hand. It's more or less the same thing that we did, but we're doing it with resistance. So resist like this, hold, and then start moving. Yeah. Go for it. Hold the resistance, hold the resistance. Lock your hand where it is in the space. Lock your hand. The hand doesn't move. Yeah. Go faster, 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 faster. Okay. Again, fade it out, come to standing. Okay. I would like you to take your attention to the room or the space that you're in now. Yeah. If you're not in a room, just use the space. See, look at diagonals, look at straight, look at circle. There's no diagonal outside, so it's okay. Just figure out what is a diagonal in your space. If you're in the room, I would ask you to look at every corner possible. So start looking, like really turn your head and look at the space that you're in. For the next 30 seconds to 1 minute, I would like you to just look around your environment and get to know what's happening. And you can start walking a bit in the room if it is possible. And really engage with the space. If it is a wall, it's a wall. If it is a sky, it's a sky. If it is a bird, it's a bird. Just engage with with the place that you are in, and go back to this idea of residue of movement. We did certain set of movements. One was shaking, one was rolling down, one was bouncing. Yeah, we kind of moved every joint in our body by just doing the simple movements. And I would like you to pick an object in the in your environment. It can be anything. It can be a wall. It can be a furniture. Yeah, pick an object and look at it. Turn towards that object with the clear intention of looking at it. So you're standing here. There's an object in front of you, and from here, I would like you to forget everything. What's happening? I would like you to just have a conversation with this object. Okay, we don't have the same senses. It doesn't hear, it doesn't feel, it doesn't talk. But I would like you to move your body just for this object. That will not understand anyway, right? Just do a solo for this object for the next 3 minutes in complete silence. What is that going to be? When you're ready, just go for it. And what is it to just perform to this object will not have the same senses as humans or animals. That's what. Let's find an ending to this. Come to the screen. Let's have a chat. Hello. Any observation, guys? Ananya, are you talking?
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, this time I could feel the residual movement after doing the shaking and the movement. I could feel different parts of my spine and different things are shaking. And then having a conversation with the object, it was like it was happening. It was being expressive, but there were times when it would just get distracting or it get distracted as well. Suddenly, like what am I doing? Then I come back. Uh, that focus was a little challenging.
Distracted what? I lost the last thing that you said.
No, like I was having a conversation with the object and it was going on well, like different being expressive and different parts of my body also moving in tune to some particular emotion or conversation. There was some flow, but at times there was some. Where is it? Yeah, you hear?
You are on mute.
Hello, sorry, I lost you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost you guys. Sorry, can you repeat it, please?
Yeah. So while having a conversation with the object, it was going in a kind of flow, where moving the body in tune to a certain emotion or expression or doing something. But at times, towards the end, I was getting a little distracted, suddenly going away. Then I'm wondering, okay, what's
Mm.
happening, and then I come back.
Mm.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
interesting. How different parts of
Mm.
the body connect to each other. And I
Mm.
was trying to imagine the skeleton and the skull shaking and bumping his
Mm.
spine. Like that image of a skeleton
Mm.
in my mind. I was trying to imagine how it is. But
Mm.
yeah, it seems a bit
Nice.
funny. Like, how do you, when it's on the spine, it's easy to say that, but then it's difficult to imagine how the neck is able to move in so many ways while it's on top of the spine. It's like
Mm.
that imagination is a bit fascinating.
Mm. Yeah. Good. Abhay, you have anything to share?
Mm, maybe I think I'm generally more curious about micro movements and how do I isolate them and also have specific relationship to those movements because there's a tendency when something starts to move uh, from a very specific bone when it becomes some like a combination of muscles or a
Deepak
combination
has
of
gone
bones in
off
the body.
again.
It's okay. I will still see.
Yeah.
I will wait.
I think he had an internet issue. Hopefully, he'll join.
Hey, hi guys. So Deepak had called. So he's saying he has a very bad internet because it has been raining a lot. So we'll have to end the class now then. But yeah, if you want to say anything, you can finish what you were saying, Abhi. Then we awesome.
Okay, I'm good. Like that's all. I was just saying, like to
You're on mute.